whose scoring has increased over the last couple of games, that we spent the majority of January talking about who else helps Ryan Imhoff score. Well, Matt Burnham and Matt Wyman have helped out, and Ife Kalajaye at times as well.
Well, he really has. Matt Burnham has had a great little resurgence here after being a little bit of a slump. He just hasn't played as well as he did last year till lately, and he's just playing tremendous basketball at both ends, and he just takes so much pressure off everybody. And Ife Kalajaye, who for being the best defensive player in the league in my view, has also been playing some good offense. I mean, that was a quiet 17 points he got the other night.
Yeah. Well, excuse me, but you talk about Ife's defense, and there's a great article in the Helena Independent Record and on 406mtsports.com, but Eric Anderson, the beat writer for Carroll, wrote it about Ryan Reeves and Ife Kalajaye. Reeves, the Frontier Defensive Player of the Year last year. He is so good at blocking shots, and he's in the top 5. I think he's actually in the I think he actually leads the country in total blocks. He does. Yeah. With 83, he averages 3.5 a game, which is second in the country, and he's also third in the country in field goal percentage at 63%. But his defense has been solid. It's his offense that has improved this year.
Yeah, it really has it. And he's a spot-up three-point shooter. If he can get his feet set in the corner, he's shooting a tremendous percentage out there. And then he kind of gets some garbage points. He just plays so hard, and he's been getting a few points on the break. So, when he gets 17 points, that's a huge bonus for Carroll.
And with the Saints, they've been up and down this year, and a lot like Northern, but Northern got a couple of big wins last week. In fact, knocked off LC State in a game that Coach Hughes did not finish, and then he didn't coach the next night in a win or a loss to Western. But this is a very good MSU Northern team. And, they do it from inside and out, and Carroll's going to have its work cut out on the defensive end tonight.
Well, I was looking here at the standings, Jason. Carroll being 7-4 and Northern 6-5. I mean, this is a huge swing game for Northern. If they could come out of here 7-5 and be tied with Carroll after tonight, that's just how big of a game it is. And then they would be a game ahead of LC State. So this is one of those crossroad games where Northern, if they could somehow come out of here with a win, which is going to be tough to do, that would be a monster win for Sean Hughes and his program.
Well, you look at LC, they lost last night at Tech. Jake Miles hit a three-pointer with 6 seconds left to knock off LC State. They've got a battle tonight down at Western with the 8th-ranked Bulldogs, just to stay in the top 25. They've lost 4 straight. Yeah. Northern, on the other hand, is a team that's hovering around 500, like you said. Yeah. But a loss tonight drops them, and they could be tied in the loss column, overall with LC State in that third. Carroll needs this win to keep pace with Western with that final game of the year. And this is the final game of the second leg of the Frontier Conference, and this is a big game for both teams.
Well, it is. Like you said, Western's 8-3. Carroll is 7-4, and if Carroll could get this one, they're just still a game behind Western, because you think Western's probably going to win at home tonight. But it would just keep the pressure on Western, and I think what everybody's hoping for is it comes down to that last game of the year with everything on the table for the Frontier Conference Championship. Wouldn't that be fun?
That'd be an absolute blast. But like the other night, you're almost rooting for LC to knock off Western tonight, because that favors Carroll.
Yeah,
that just definitely helps. But there's 6 games left after tonight in the conference standings, and there's a lot of basketball still to be played. I mean, we still have the entire month of February to go.
Yeah, LC State is funny. I can't quite get a handle on them. I just don't think they're as strong a ball club as they've been in past years.
Nope, I agree with you. So it should be a battle tonight as the 14th-ranked Carroll College men host MSU-Northern. And when we come back, we will have your starting lineups and your tip-off. This is the Lights and the Saints on 92.5 KPQX, 94.9 ESPN Radio, and ESPNMontana.com. Back with the starting lineups next on ESPN Radio. Jason Walker alongside the Hall of Famer Gary Turcotte as the MSU-Northern men visit Carroll College tonight in Frontier Conference basketball. Western leading the way at 8-4, or 8-3 rather. The Saints are 7-4. MSU-Northern sitting at 6-5, tied with LC State in the tie for third. And they will start Gabe Porter, a 6'1 junior from Walla Walla, Washington, transfer from Walla Walla Community College. Adam Hughes, 6'1 sophomore from Bozeman. Justin Dunsmore, 6'6 sophomore from Zillow, Washington. Charles Porter, 6'2 junior from Las Vegas. And Ryan Reeves, 6'10 junior from Wrangell, Alaska, for Sean Houston, his 14th year, assisted by Josh Peterson. For Carroll College, why change what works? Match Burnham, 6'8 junior from Spangle, Washington. Had a great game the other night, and you could say maybe he's back from shooting. He get 4 3-pointers. They'll also start Lowell Johnson, 6'1 senior from Downey, California. Ryan Imhoff, 6'6 senior from Napa, California. Matt Wyman, 6'7 junior from Great Falls. And Ife College, 6'2 junior from Rancho Palos Verdes, California. For head coach Dr. Carson Cunningham in his 5th season. Jesse Repe, Scott Menzies, Sonny Simmons, Tony Dalton, his assistants. Coach, you ready for a good one?
Well, I am, and it's always interesting when Carroll gets their team introduced, all the lights go out, and we have a really neat light show, and there's only one team in the conference that takes his team into the locker room during the light show, and that is the Northern Montana Lights, and they're coming back out.
Doesn't Coach Keller do that with Western too? I think they leave the floor.
Oh, maybe they do.
I think they do.
Well, Coach Keller, he's the one that started it when he was coach at Helena High, except that light show would last about 5 minutes.
Yeah, high school takes forever with everything.
It did. It took about 5 minutes, and people were complaining to the Montana High School Association about Steve.
Carroll in their road blacks tonight with the purple numbers and letters, gold trim. Northern wearing their home golds with the maroon numbers and letters. It'll be Wyman and Reeves to tip it off. And Reeves wins the tip. And it's Devin Bray, not Adam Hughes, I beg your pardon, starting tonight. Bray, the 5'9 sophomore from Missoula. Dunsmore gives it up on top to Gabe Porter. Now Charles Porter, free throw line in the lane. Nice spin move around Match Burnham, and Northern has the first points of the ball game.
Boy, Northern is so spread. They are really, really spread. It's tough to stop that penetration when you're that spread.
Laurel Johnson, as the Saints move right to left, penetrates, leaves a free throw line. Imhoff, his shot off the mark, and the rebound by Reeves. Charles Porter up the far sideline. As much as Northern likes to shoot the threes, they are very good at that dribble drive penetration. Gabe Porter now has a pocket pick, gets it back. Now Porter finds Reeves on the baseline. He'll spin, he'll put it up over Imhoff, and it's 4-0.
Boy, that was a tough shot. I mean, that was a spin shot baseline with a bad angle. Just so long.
College penetration, leaves it off for Wyman, right elbow. Now Johnson out on the far right wing. He'll penetrate, he'll fire from 14 off the mark. So the Saints, Charles Porter back the other way, fouled, and he'll shoot 2 free throws. So the Saints, who were on fire from the field the last couple of games, starting out 0 for 2, but Northern, meanwhile, is 2 for 2. And Charles Porter shooting 2 free throws.
Last time, the game started out like that up at Northern, too, and Ryan Reeves just dominated the game, and then he kind of, eventually he wore down, and then Ryan Imhoff started to dominate the game. So we'll see if history repeats itself.
Porter, 56% free throw shooter, bricks the first one. 4-0 Northern. He'll get a second. Foul, by the way, on Match Burnham, his first. And team foul number 1. Second one also no good. Rebound tipped by Dunsmore to himself, and he gets it to Gabe Porter. Now Charles Porter, 18:35 to go. First half, lights up 4-0. Porter to Porter. Charles to Gabe. Reeves way out up on top. Finds Bray for 3 from the wing. It's off the mark, and a rebound by Ryan Imhoff.
That was a deep 3.
It is as deep as he could get without being out of bounds on the sideline. Imhoff, they're going to call him for a travel. spinning in the lane, so the Saints.
Well, that's just the presence of Reeves caused that. I mean, Ryan doesn't travel against anybody else in the league, but that is one big man. They list him at 6'10", and I mean, I just swear he's taller than that.
Well, and, you know, we mention this every time that Northern plays the Saints, but we have liked his game since his freshman year. And a 5-second violation on Northern.
Well, I think they tried to call timeout, and that's what Coach Hughes is saying. But the referee saying no, you didn't get the timeout in time.
Yeah, 5-second call. So Northern's,
and that was just a little bit of extra pressure, man-to-man pressure. Carroll caused the turnover.
Alejandro Santos Piqueras in for the Saints, 6'8" redshirt junior from Madrid, Spain, who's played brilliantly the last 2 games and a half.
Ooh.
And Max Burnham with a nice take on the baseline.
Boy, that was nice. Little shot fake. That should get Carroll going a little bit.
Saints down 4-2. 2 minutes gone by here in Helena. Bray lobs it to Reeves, who misses the dunk. He kind of bobbled it on the alley-oop. Now Piqueras back the other way, finds Burnham, fakes the three. Now Piqueras up on top, gets it near wing, Kalajaye. He'll get it to Wyman. Wyman will drive against Reeves. Reeves bumps him. Baseline, lobbed out to Laurel Johnson. A lot of contact going on right now by both teams. And the rest letting them play. Laurel Johnson, the penetration. Now up to Burnham. He'll fire a three from straight away, and it's good! Saints with the lead. 5-4. Match Burnham picking up where he left off Thursday.
Nice pass by Laurel Johnson. The shot clock running down. Kept his poise, pivoted in the lane, and found the open player.
5-4 Saints. 17-10 to go first half. Dunsmore out on the far wing. Penetration. Stripped away. Got it back. Put it up in the lane and in.
Boy, he's strong. Dunsmore, 6'6" from Zilla, Washington. Forward. Sophomore. Big man. He looks at least 6'6", doesn't he? I mean, he's huge.
Oh, they all are. Well, everybody's huge to me. I'm 5'5". Burnham blocked by Reeves with two hands. Dunsmore out on the other wing, far side. A lot of contact.
Both ends. Yep. They're letting them play.
Yep.
They're not making any tic-tac calls.
Nope, both coaches are going to not like that, though.
Yeah.
Reeves comes to the right side. Dunsmore, 10 on the shot clock. Penetrate, kick out to Gabe Porter for three, no good. Rebound, Matt Wyman. Match Burnham was 5 for 7 from the three-point line the other night. Wyman has it out to Burnham. He'll fire another three. That one's off the mark. He kind of rushed that one a little bit. You know, Burnham hit a big three in Northern to give the Saints a 3-point lead with .06 seconds remaining. Or .6.
That was an out of bounds
off
play.
An out of bounds, and he didn't have his feet set. Dunsmore has his pocket picked by Burnham, who dives to the floor, shovels it off to Kalajaye. Now into the far corner, Santos Piqueras finds Wyman. Now Johnson up on top, over to the right side, Wyman, working against Reeves. He'll back it out. He wants Johnson to come get it. He does. 15:35 to go, first half. Saints down 6-5. Kalajaye at the free throw line. Leaves it off onto the wing for Laurel Johnson. 7 to shoot. Johnson in the lane. Spun, got in trouble on the baseline. Now Piqueras will have to fire a three, and it's good! With the shot clock winding down.
And with a hand in his face. Where did that come from?
Piqueras gives the Saints a 2-point lead.
That was a great shot.
And he looked as comfortable as anybody shooting.
Yeah, he...
Bray working against Wyman down on the near wing. Gets a screen up on top from Reeves. He'll fire a three, and he'll answer back. So Northern back up 9-8. 14:50 remaining in the first half.
Very high level of basketball being played here tonight, Jason.
Absolutely. Well, both teams know there's a lot on the line in this game for both. Match Burnham in the lane, blocked by Reeves, his second block of the game. And now back the other way to Bray feeds Reeves, who's stolen away by Kalajaye. Kalajaye back the other way. He's got a 1-on-4. Big jump stop. Feeds Wyman. Hammered.
Ooh, I don't call a charge. We couldn't see from here our angle.
We got blocked out.
Yeah, we did. If he had his feet set or not. But they did call the foul on Wyman.
His first, second team foul, and Dane Warp's going to come in. The sophomore from Haber. And Ryan Imhoff returns. Colin Bakalarski in, the 6'3 junior from Olalla, Washington.
A lot of Washington kids here.
And two transfers from Walla Walla Community College.
Yeah.
And one from Green River in Seattle. And Adam Hughes, the Bozemanite. Coach's nephew brings it down to the near wing. Good defense by Laurel Johnson. Near corner, Charles Porter lobs it up on top for Hughes. 14:05 to go. It's 9-8 Northern here in the first half. Charles Porter. Man, Reeves is really pushing off on Imhoff. He's got it in the near corner. Ooh, Hughes fell down with it and turns it over.
Both teams are very, very physical on defense, and the referees are allowing them, and it's both ends.
Yep, it is.
It's both ends. And when the game's being called like that, you can't back down. You have to go at them.
And we get a timeout on the floor. 13:54 to go in the first half on the Bud Light scoreboard. Lights 9, Saints 8. Back in a minute. This is Carroll College basketball on ESPN Radio. (9-8) Lights leading the Saints. 13:54 to go here in the first half. Carroll College averaging 83.1 points per game, giving up 66.2. Northern averaging 90.4, giving up 71. In conference play, the Lights about 2.5 points better in the scoring column, but the Saints nearly 8 points better defensively in conference-only games. And the Saints with the ball. Jason Walker alongside the Hall of Famer Gary Turcotte in Cife College IA. Top of the circle comes near wing Laurel Johnson. Johnson, penetration in the lane, spins, dumps it off to Imhoff, who gets around Reeves, reverses it in. 10-9.
Pretty move. Very pretty move.
13:30 to go here in the first half. Saints back up by a point. And a travel in the lane, and that'll be a turnover on Northern, their 7th. And, we joke about this, but here's one thing I want to point out. We talk about the over-under in, how long the national anthem's going to go in the Super Bowl tomorrow. Coach Hughes still has his jacket on. We're almost 7 minutes into this game.
That's a good point.
If you took the under, you'd lost.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we joke because it's out there. It's common knowledge.
Yeah, it's coming off, but we just don't know when.
College IA up on top. Now Laurel Johnson has it on the near wing. He'll penetrate, dump it off to Imhoff. Shot fake, working against Reeves. Dumps it into the far corner for Picaris. And he'll penetrate in the lane, out to Imhoff. Imhoff will drive against Reeves. He'll stop and fire off the glass from 17. 12-9 Saints.
Well, that's two tough shots in a row he's hit on Reeves.
Bakalarski drives, partially blocked, I think, by Imhoff. Picaris comes down with it. They'll feed Imhoff on the far sideline. Imhoff will now back down. He'll take it strong. He'll draw a foul, and he'll shoot 2.
And it's interesting who he called the foul on.
Might be on Anthony Harper, and it is. Harper, the 6'5 junior from Seattle. Saints up 12-9. It'll put Imhoff at the free throw line.
And you can see Ryan now starting to assert himself here. He can a little bit of a slow start.
Averaging 19.5 points. He leads the Saints in everything.
He's got had a block at one end, and then a good spin move, and then a bank shot. Here he gets to the free throw line.
81% on the year, hits the first. Saints have their largest lead now at 4. Second one on the way for the big 6'6" senior. Wish he was a junior. Like to have him for another year.
Yeah.
You almost wish it was pros. We didn't have to leave.
He'll be in medical school a year from now, probably.
Yes, he will. Hits them both. 12.5 to go. It's 14-9 Carroll on the Bud Light scoreboard here in the first half. Hughes gets it to Gabe Porter up top of the key, back to the right side. Hughes, and now Harper in the near corner, dribbles up to the wing. Reeves posting up, way out. Holds the ball, gets around Imhoff. Shot fake, no good. Rebound, Santos Piqueras. He'll push it down the floor. Wait for help. Laurel Johnson, the trailer. Now Imhoff. He'll drive, take it right against Reeves. He'll put it up, and a late whistle, and Imhoff will go shoot two.
Yeah, he got him on the arm.
Reeves is arguing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Coach Hughes isn't saying much. He knows he got him.
His first, second team foul. So Imhoff back to the line.
One of the things I see a little bit now, Jason, that Carroll with more player and ball movement than they have in the past. Coach Cunningham is moving, getting more players moving, more dribble penetration, more movement off the ball, and better ball movement. And Northern looks stagnant right now. You know, they're not getting any ball movement. They're all kind of standing around.
Kavion Jones, a 6'5" senior transfer from Northwestern Oklahoma State. Oklahoma City checks in. Imhoff missed the first. He'll have a second here. It is on the way, and it is good. So it's 15-9.
And Northern hasn't scored in a while.
Northern has not scored since the 14:50 mark, so that's 3 minutes ago. Hughes, near side for Bakalarski. He'll penetrate down the left side, stop on the block. Good defense there by Santos Piqueras. Has to lob it up on top to Gabe Porter. 10 on the shot clock. Now Hughes, way out on the far wing. Penetration, stripped away by Kalajaye. Kalajaye is going to have a wide open layup. And that's a foul from behind.
And that was really cheap. He pushed him. He pushed him in the air. He did. He shouldn't have done that.
Why no intentional then?
It should have been. It happened. He pushed him right in the back, and if the referee didn't get a good, they're discussing it now. Yeah. They're discussing it now.
The crowd's not happy right now, but that was not a very clean foul. And it is an intentional foul.
Yeah.
Yep, that's a good call.
Yeah,
Gabe
right
Porter
call.
pushed him in the air.
Yeah. You can.
So it's a flagrant one.
And Ife went down. I would thought he might have really hurt himself. I'm glad
he was
that he
holding
didn't.
his knee pretty good.
Yeah, he went down very awkwardly.
So Kalajaye hits the first. You know, he's 89% free throw shooter. And he'll get a second. And he hits it. And the Saints get the ball back.
Yeah. And right now what you see is Carroll's defense is really starting to lock Northern down. And without Ryan Reeves in the ball game, it's going to be tough for Northern to get good looks right now.
You know, what I like most is the officials came together and discussed it and came up with the call. This is a very good crew we have on hand. Warp takes the inbound, gets it now to Kalajaye and now Wyman. So the Saints have a chance to make this a 4-point or more possession. Piqueras, the penetration, has it stripped away, gets it back. Imhoff dumped it off to Piqueras, who somehow put it up backwards.
Well, he's gone to another level. He's just playing at a level that we did not know he was capable of playing.
He was under the basket backwards and tipped it up and in.
That was just beautiful.
And it's 19-9 Saints with 11 minutes to go in the half. Penetration by the Lights. Hughes up on top now for Bakalarski. He'll penetrate, stripped away, and they're going to let him shoot 2 free throws after a foul. That'll be on Kalajaye. That'll be his first. He had 17 the other night. Hit 3 threes, including a banked one from the corner. That's hard to do.
It is hard.
I talked to him after the game. He said, I let it go, and I thought, that's going to hit the side of the backboard. And it ended up banking in as Bakalarski misses the first. Bray back in for the Lights, and Laurel Johnson returns for the Saints. Each team with 3 team fouls, 10:52 to play, and Dunsmore returns.
And I think Northern is a lot better with Dunsmore in there. when they had him in there, they were a lot more effective in their offense. So we'll see if he can come back and make a difference again.
Northern is gone, 4 minutes scoreless, and that snaps the scoreless streak on the free throw by Bakalarski. 19-10, 10:50 to go in the half. Warp near corner into Imhoff. Out to Santos Piqueras. He'll penetrate in the lane. Lob it up on top now, Laurel Johnson. He backs up with 10:38 to go, 15 on the shot clock. He'll penetrate. Spins in the lane against Bray, misses. Rebound weak side by Jones. I like Laurel's aggressiveness there.
Yeah, that was a good take.
Ooh, Porter's going to try a three off the mark. Rebound Wyman.
Boy, a nice box out, weak side rebound by Wyman there.
19-10 Saints. Imhoff working against Jones, backs down, puts it up, left hand, dropped it in. It's 21-10.
It's a lot easier getting those shots. I don't know why he's keeping Ryan Reeves out so long.
He only has the one foul.
Yeah.
But the Saints have a lead. Sean Hughes calls a 30-second timeout. 10:09 to go. Saints are up 21-10. So what has Carroll done offensively that they weren't able to do the first 6 minutes?
Well, they're getting, well, of course, Reeves been out, and Reeves just checked back in, and that changes everything because Ryan Imhoff knows there's no shot blocker in the game, and he can attack whenever he wants. But when Reeves is in, but Carroll is getting better ball and player movement than Northern is right now, and Carroll is just locked in on defense. I mean, they've scored 1 point in about the last
4.5 minutes.
4.5 minutes. And they haven't had any good looks. I mean, Carroll is just playing that kind of defense right now.
Keep you updated on other scores as Burnham returns for the Saints. Carroll women beat the Skylights earlier tonight. Rocky beat Providence, so Carroll and Rocky women tied atop the Frontier. And Western beat LC State by 3.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
Gee, that was, I thought that would be, Western women.
Women, yeah.
Oh, they did?
Yeah. Bray, the penetration to the left elbow, gets in trouble, leaves it on the wing. Bakalarski, 3 on the shot clock. They lob it down inside to Reeves. He's not going to get that shot off. That doesn't count. Not in time. Good defense there by the Saints.
Yeah.
As Kalajaye returns, Imhoff will check out. So Burnham will have to go up against Reeves, would be my guess, as Hughes returns.
Yeah.
Welcome our friends in Havre listening along at 92.5 KPQX. Also those watching along the Carroll YouTube internet stream. As Laurel Johnson with the Saints up on top, 21-10. Kalajaye dumps it off to Santos Piqueras. And quick ball movement. Kalajaye gets it back after 3 passes. It happened that quick. He'll drive in the lane. He'll put it up. No good. Get his own rebound back. Put it up and in. And then take a little elbow from Dunsmore. And you can see the officials pointing at both players saying, let's keep an eye on them.
I mean, how quickly did he get that ball back and put it in?
In the blink of an eye.
Yeah.
And it's 23-10 Saints as we hit the 9-minute mark of the first half. Reeves almost threw it away. Porter tracks it down. Now Bray up on top. Gives it to Dunsmore. And Gabe Porter loses it into the hands of Laurel Johnson. Johnson feeds Wyman, who takes it right at Dunsmore. Missed it. A nice job by Dunsmore to avoid the foul. And he has it. Fakes the 3. He'll drive and throw up a little quick shot, kind of Dom Robinson-esque.
Dunsmore looks to me like the guy that if anybody can make a play out there right now, it's he.
That is the first field goal in over 6 minutes.
Yeah.
Johnson on the near wing. Burnham open for 3. No good. Off the back iron. Rebound by Gabe Porter. He'll leave it for Bray with 8:08 to go in the half. Carroll up 23-12. Reeves way out up on top. Right side of the top of the key. Now he'll drive against Burnham, and Burnham leans on him.
A little too tight.
Yep. That'll be his second.
Yep.
Coach Hughes wanting 2 free throws as Bakalarski returns. Ryan Imhoff in for the Saints and Oliver Carr in for Carroll as well. 6'6" senior from Bozeman. He had 8 points in Thursday's game and a couple of big rebounds as well. Bray will trigger the inbound baseline. 7:58 to go. Hughes got hung up in the air. Pass it off to Dunsmore, who takes it against Santos Piqueras. Missed it. Rebound by Imhoff.
Good defense
Johnson
by Santos there.
up the near sideline. He'll wrap the pass to Carr. Goes against Reeves in the lane. Skips it through to Santos Piqueras. He'll penetrate. Lob it to Imhoff at the free throw line. Double team, kicks it out. Laurel Johnson for three. Bang! 26-12, Saints by 14. 7:20 to go in the first half. And Northern has just been silent since the 15-minute mark. Just 3 points in the last 7.5 minutes. Bray will try a long three. It's off the mark, and Carr with the good rebound.
Yeah, they're just not getting good looks. Those are tough looks. Those are contested.
Santos Piqueras dumps it off to Imhoff. Back out to Piqueras. 6:52 to go here in the first half. Oliver Carr comes up and sets a screen on Santos Piqueras. He'll penetrate in the lane. He'll put it up sideways, and again it's good. 28-12. And Coach Cunningham, Santos Piqueras was asking the official where a foul was, and Coach Cunningham says, keep your head in it. Good coaching. And we're going to get a foul on Wyman, and we're going to get a timeout on the floor. 6:26 to go, first half. On the Bud Light scoreboard, Saints cruise control right now. They lead the Lights 28-12 in Helena. Back in a minute. This is Kiddo College basketball on ESPN Radio. .26 to go, first half. Carroll College leading Northern 28-12. Northern has gone since the 14:50 mark, which was, they've hit one field goal since then, Coach. That is 8 minutes of unreal defense.
Well, they just locked them down, and Northern just doesn't have any place to go right now. It's just every one of those guys in a black uniform tonight, which is Carroll's wearing, is just D'ing them up.
Well, and Reeves, until that inbound, had only touched it once on the last few possessions, and I'm surprised at that. He's your best player. Northern trailing, but they have the ball. 6:15 to go, and Reeves has it up on top. He is not dangerous from there. Now Charles Porter back in. Leaves it for Bakalarski. A three, it's good.
And that was good execution there. They ran a little bit of Princeton stuff there and got a back cut pop and got a good look at a three. And they've been few and far between.
Now 2 out of 7 from beyond the arc. Saints leading at 28-15, 5:50 to go. Imhoff spins the pass on the right block to Carr. Back out to Imhoff. He'll try a three, and it's nothing but the bottom of the net.
Real nice pass by Oliver Carr. Inside, outside, right in the shooting pocket. Easy catch and shoot three for Ryan.
31-15. And Imhoff doesn't take as many threes as he did. That's his 6th. He is 6 out of 18 on the year.
Yeah.
Remember his first couple years, as Hughes will fire a three, it's no good, and Imhoff with a rebound. He'll take it up the far sideline. He's got a 2-on-5. Penetration, kicks it out. Laurel Johnson fakes the three. He'll drive, dish it to Imhoff, 15-footer, in and out. Carr with the huge rebound, lobs it back out to Kalajaye. And then Imhoff feeds Carr on the block. Back out Imhoff. He'll drive this time against Reeves, leave it for Laurel for three, off the mark, no good, and Dunsmore with a rebound.
Those are awfully high percentage shots Carroll's getting. Inside, outside threes, those are the ones you like.
Saints 11 of 20, 55% from the field. Now is after starting out 0 for 2. Hughes has it up on top. Right side, Dunsmore. Ooh, huge mismatch. Reeves against Laurel Johnson. Oh, and Carr came over to help, and Reeves put it up over top and in, and it's 31-17. 4:30 remaining here in the first half. Yeah, Laurel Johnson does not want to end up guarding Ryan Reeves.
No, that's not.
Ife Kawajai, the penetration, dishes it off to Imhoff. The reverse baseline, no good, partially blocked away. You just have to keep taking it at the big man.
Yeah, 3 blocks by Reeves, but like you say, you got to keep taking it at him. You do.
He has it now, way out right side. Leaves it over the left side for Hughes. 4 minutes to go in the half. Gets it back, drives, fouled. He'll shoot 2. A blocking foul on Laurel Johnson.
And Northern now is starting to get a lot better ball movement, player movement, in getting the ball reversed, and now they're starting to get a little bit better shots. Forcing Carroll to switch, and then they get a mismatch and go inside.
So Reeves to the line. 67.8% on the year. That's one thing that his game needs improving.
Yeah. Well, I think he has improved some, hasn't he, from his freshman year?
In all areas.
Yeah.
He is an all-man now.
Yeah.
And he knocks down the first.
Yeah, he was pretty skinny.
Yes.
He was.
And you and I have loved his game since he was a freshman.
Yeah, you could see.
Harper back in for the Lights. Dunsmore out.
Guys like him, if they want to continue their pro career in Europe, they get jobs.
A timeout taken by the Saints. Will stay here. 3:57 to go. Saints lead on the Bud Light scoreboard, 31-18. Northern at 41% from the field, 7 out of 17. They have 8 turnovers, which has led to 15 Carroll points. That's a lot reminiscent of the women's game. Carroll women forced 28 turnovers. That led to 29 points. You got to be opportunistic when you get your opportunities.
Well, I was shocked to look at the stats and see that Carroll had 15 steals. That's got to be a record, at least in Rochelle's tenure here. That's a lot of steals against a really good coach team. Chris Mowat really does a great job. I mean, he is one solid coach, and to force that many steals, I mean, that just shocked me.
You know, and when you look at those women's stats, Northern shot 43% from the field.
Yeah.
The problem was the 28 turnovers.
Yeah.
You know, they were 15 of 35. The Carroll women were 27 out of 59.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
a lot of field goals.
Yeah.
That's a lot more field goals.
And Northern played well offensively when they weren't turning it over, which was almost every other possession. But they played so hard and so well, and you know, the loss of J.C. Thompson, who I think is going to join us at halftime.
Oh, good.
The Townsend girl.
Yep.
Hometown girl.
Much admired by everybody.
She is, yes.
From Townsend and all her years there, and then also at the Northern Skylights.
Yep. So the Carroll men are 50% from the field, 11 out of 20. They're 4 out of 7 from 3. Northern 2 out of 8 from 3. Reeves will get a second free throw with 3:57 to go here in the first half. Saints up 31-18. Don't forget Super Bowl 52 coverage tomorrow beginning at noon here on ESPN Radio. Eagles and the Patriots as Reeves hits them both. It's 31-19. Wyman. Hand off to Laurel Johnson. Now Kawajai, free throw line, dribbles over the right elbow. Out there with Burnham and Imhoff. Burnham skips it to Imhoff. And now back to Kawajai. Kawajai gets a screen from Imhoff. He'll wrap the pass to Imhoff. He'll dribble. He'll fire from 12. It's in and out. Burnham had the rebound knocked out of his hands by Harper, and it'll stay with the Saints.
And that was a little different set coming out of the timeout that I haven't seen before. Something new that Carson just put in. Get Ryan Imhoff a high-quality shot.
He takes the inbound. Leaves it up on top to Kawajai. He'll leave it on the near wing for Laurel Johnson. Johnson working on Hughes. Free throw line, wraps the pass to him. That is a great screen and roll.
And just, Laurel Johnson, can you throw a little bounce pass to a screen roll guy better than that?
That was pretty.
Isn't that pretty?
And it's 33-19 with 3:08 to go in the half. Saints by 14. Charles Porter in the lane. Dishes it off to Reeves. He does not miss this dunk.
And well executed by Northern that time. Same type of play.
Very nice feed. And yeah, Reeves with the finish. Imhoff posting up. Now Burnham up on top. Looks to the right side. Passes to Wyman. They reverse positions. Wyman in the lane. And they're going to call a charge on Wyman.
And he did. He jumped up in the air, out of control.
That's his third. And team foul number 7. So the Saints turn it over for the third time tonight.
Sean Hughes' teams have always taken charges as well as anybody.
Santos Piqueras in, Wyman out with 3 fouls.
Well, Santos Piqueras, I mean, he's playing like a starter. I mean, he's just like, he's a 6th man right now, but he has really been playing well.
Yes, he has. And that goes back to the Tech loss last Thursday.
Yeah, it does.
Charles Porter to the drive, misses. Rebound, Imhoff. Imhoff's going to take it all the way coast to coast. He'll put it up, no good. Rebound by Reeves. Imhoff took a shot to the face. Burnham picks up Reeves on the defensive end. Reeves holds up on top. 2:05 to go. Hughes into the near side for Charles Porter. Skips it cross court. Bakalarski. Extra pass. Harper in the corner. No good. Rebound. Santos Piqueras.
Now I think Northern misses. I think Reeves is open in there a little bit. They're just so perimeter oriented.
Halftime in Dillon. Western leading LC State 44-42. And there it's Match Burnham knocking it down.
LC State, that wouldn't break my heart to see them
beat Western.
Yeah, then
I'd love to see
Carroll
it.
Be tied. Carroll and Western be tied for first.
Yeah.
And LC State's got to be smarting from that loss last night at Montana Tech.
Yeah, lost a 3-point
buzzer beater, right?
6 seconds to go, so essentially. Jake Miles. Reeves gets around, throws up an air ball. Piqueras lost the rebound. Back to Reeves. Just shot clock. Hughes, he's going to fire it up from 10 and rolls it in.
That was a nice shot by Hughes. Little roll, kind of a strider.
35-23. 1 minute to go, first half. Johnson picks up his dribble and literally hands it off to Santos Piqueras. Now Burnham, near side. 15 feet out, working against Harper. He'll take it to the rack and then lob it out to Imhoff. Skips it up on top. Kawajai lost the handle for a second.
8 seconds.
Burnham gets it right back. Now Imhoff, free throw line. He'll put it up with his left hand off the back iron, no good. And the rebound tipped onto the baseline to Hughes. There's about a second differential, shot clock to game clock. 25 seconds remaining here in the half. Carroll up a dozen, 35-23. Northern, if they can get it a 3, would cut it to single digits going into the break.
Yeah, I think they'd be happy with that.
Charles Porter dribbles up on top. Reeves sets a screen. Porter's going to take it all the way. Baseline, leaves it out for Harper. Santos Piqueras knocks it away. The fire from midcourt. But good defense by the Saints over the final 20 seconds. Force a turnover, and the Saints have a 12-point lead heading to the locker room. A very good first half from start to finish by Carroll. Northern played really well in spurts.
They did. They got stagnant and kind of got locked down in the middle part of that half. And then they did finally get their offense cooking a little bit and got some nice shots. They've got some great shooters. But they need to get ball movement back side to side and work off their hard because Carroll just doesn't give you anything. I mean, you got to work awful hard to get a shot.
Halftime in Helena. The Saints ranked 14th in the country, leading Northern 35-23. Back with a halftime show in a moment. This is Carroll College basketball on ESPN Radio. Jason Walker, the Hall of Famer Gary Turcotte back courtside, halftime. Saints leading the Lights 35-23. Excitement at halftime, Coach. John Smith from Smitty's Fireplace, former Capital star, former Western star, hit the $1,000 half-court shot. He's the second one to do it this year, Bill Pilgrim being the other.
Well, they got to quit picking such good shooters.
Right?
I mean, the truth of the matter, Sean Smith was a great shooter. I mean, he really was. Yeah. Okay, he was a tremendous shooter. He was at Helena Capital and then at Western. I mean, he was one of those catch and shoot guys that you just scared to death every time the ball left his hand. And when it left his hand from the half court line, I said, "Uh-oh!"
Yeah,
and because you could tell it had a great chance.
Yep.
It barely caught the rim. It was almost a pure swish.
It was nice. But congratulations to him, and
he's a great guy.
Yeah,
and his longtime booster at Carroll. I mean, he really is. I know he graduated from Western and he supports them too, but he's got a business in town.
Yep.
He and his dad, his dad's business, and they just are great supporters.
So halftime here in Helena, and the Saints leading at 35-23. Halftime in Dillon, Western 44, LC State 42. They're getting start the second half. Halftime in Billings, Providence 33, Rocky 33. Wow. Yep. The Argos, Anthony Owens has his team playing really, really well right now.
And for some reason, Rocky has not played well over the years against Providence. They have always struggled against Providence.
They lost to Providence.
They did.
In game 2 of the season.
They did.
But how about this one here? You know, the Saints. The Saints fell behind. We've had a couple of different lead changes. It was 4-0 Northern. Carroll took the lead back 5-4, and then Northern, and then Carroll, and then Northern led 9-8 at the 14:50 mark. And then Carroll hit a tough 2-point shot. I think it was Ryan Imhoff that made it 10-9 with 13:30 to go in the half, and the Saints haven't trailed since. And from the 14:50 mark to about the 6-minute mark, Northern went with one field goal and really struggled to get anything going offensively in the second half. And a lot of that was because they weren't going with Ryan Imhoff, settling on contested threes or tough runners or tough layups, not getting it to your big man.
Ryan Reeves, right. They got stagnant. They did. But you have to give credit to Carroll's defense. I mean, when Laurel Johnson and Ife Kalajaye, when they're really on their game defensively, and then you get Match Burnham and Ryan Imhoff, those guys are, on any other team in the league, they would be the best. Each one of those guys would be the best defender on their team. And you got 4 of them. And then you got Match Burnham, who is not a bad defender. I mean, he's a very good defender. And now all of a sudden, this Santos Picarius, he is up to his game. And that was the big knock on him, I think, was the defensive end. He wasn't at the same level as the other kids. And, he's playing great defense. And look at his numbers. I mean, he was 3 for 4 from the field, 1 for 2 from the 3. He has 4 rebounds. He has 7 total points, 17 minutes. I mean, he's playing
starters numbers.
Yeah, he is. Starters numbers, that's right.
We do want to say before we head to break, and we'll give you the stats when we come back, J.C. Thompson, the former Northern Skylight standout and Townsend Bulldog, was going to join us at halftime. The weather, the snow falling, she wanted to drive home and get home, but we wish her and her family the best. That's both her mom and dad going through some serious struggles as well, and J.C., of course, with the season-ending knee injury. We wish the family the best.
Absolutely.
And our thoughts are with J.C. Thompson and her family. But we'll catch you next time, J.C., when we see you down the road. We'll take a break. We'll come back. Halftime continues here in Helena. The Saints 35, the Lights 23. Back with more after this. You're listening to Carroll College Basketball on ESPN Radio. Halftime in Helena, it's 35-23. Jason Walker giving you the halftime stats. 9 of 22, Northern from the field, 40.9%. 2 of 9 from the three-point line, 3 out of 6 from the free throw line. 8 points for Ryan Reeves, and 3 rebounds and 3 blocks. 4 for Dunsmore, 3 rebounds. 3 points, 3 boards for Devin Bray. 2 rebounds and 2 assists for Charles Porter, or 2 points and 2 assists. 2 points for Adam Hughes. 4 for Bakalarski. And Northern with 3 assists, 9 turnovers, 3 blocks, no steals. Carroll College, 13 of 28 from the field, 46.4%. So a little less than what they've been averaging over the last few games. When they've been about 60 for most of the last 5 halves. Or 5 of the last 6. 4 of 8 from the three-point line, 5 of 6 from the free throw line. 14 points, 3 rebounds for Ryan Imhoff, 7 points for Match Burnham, 3 for Laurel Johnson. 3 rebounds for Matt Wyman, who also has 3 fouls and 3 turnovers. 4 points for College. 7 points, 4 rebounds, an assist, and a steal for Alejandro Santos Bequeras. Saints 6 assists, 4 turnovers, no blocks, and 5 steals. Saints have led by as much as 16, and they lead by 13 now. And as we welcome back in the Hall of Famer Gary Turcotte, and Coach, we always talk about the first 3 or 4 minutes of a second half being very critical, and for MSU Northern, it's critical that they show something offensively, but for the Saints, they've got to keep up the defensive pressure.
Well, one of the things that we're seeing, Jason, is the Saints only turned the ball over 4 times that half. And that has really actually been a weakness of this basketball team. They just have turned the ball over too much for as good as they are. And you're seeing great guard play out of Laurel Johnson and Ife Kalajaye, and they're really taking care of the basketball, getting them their offense, getting the ball at the right place at the right time. And that's a critical factor, because when you don't turn it over and you run a lot of shot clock, which they do, it's really hard for a team to run on them. Northern can't get any transition going. And for Northern to be 2 for 9 from the 3 at halftime, I'll bet they haven't had a halftime like that all year. I mean, they take a lot of threes, and they make a lot of threes.
Yep. They definitely do. And by the way, I do want to say, because it was lost in the commotion the other night, but congratulations to Match Burnham. He had 1,000 points in his career in the Thursday night win with his 19 points. But wow, that's impressive.
You bet it is.
And Oliver Carr hit that mark earlier this year. Matt Wyman is about 120 or so points away from that mark for the men. Yeah, that's Carson doesn't like to say anything about 1,000 points, but 1,000 points in a career is pretty darn impressive. I don't care who you are.
Well, it really is. It's such a mark that you kind of judge a guy. Well, I got 1,000 points. I scored 1,000 points in my college career. That says something.
Yeah. Zach Taylor had 2019 ended his career last year.
Yeah.
Nobody's ever going to catch Bill Pilgrim. He's over 2,500 career points.
Yeah. And he had some injuries. He was injured his sophomore year for quite a bit of the year, and his junior year for a number of games.
So how the heck did he still put up 2,500 points?
It was just amazing. He really was.
It's like averaging 40 a game.
Yeah, it's hard to imagine how good he was. Yeah.
Capital girls, Capital boys, and the Helena High girls all victorious today. Helena High boys lost big to Hellgate. But a big win for the Capital boys over Big Sky. Big Sky winless. They needed to win that one. Winless in the Western AA.
Yeah.
Havre, by the way, their wrestling team took second at the Eastern A seeding tournament. I think they've won 5 straight state wrestling titles. Scott Filius has a pretty good wrestling crew up there.
And that would be his daughter, then,
Yep.
that is the standout little 2 guard for MSU Northern.
Yep.
She's a very good player.
Hit some big shots tonight.
Yeah.
Saints lead 35-23 as we are now underway second half on the Bud Light scoreboard. Laurel Johnson, Ife Kalajaye, Matt Wyman, Match Burnham, and Ryan Imhoff for the Saints. And it's Burnham on the near wing, leaves it in the near corner for Kalajaye. Now Burnham baseline, working against Dunsmore. A lot of contact and blocking foul on Dunsmore. And I think that's a good call. It came late, but it's a tough one.
It's the right call. Yeah, it's a tough call.
So Justin Dunsmore, Gabe Porter, Charles Porter, Devin Bray, and Ryan Reeves on the floor.
And Dunsmore got the foul and took a pound, and it was a lose-lose deal. He really slammed his elbow into the turf.
Well, he's a big dude. He might have left the dent on the new floor here at the PE Center. 19 seconds gone by here in the second half. Carroll leading 35-23 on the Bud Light scoreboard. Super Bowl 52 coming up at noon tomorrow here on ESPN Radio. Inbound, Imhoff. He'll fire from 12. He'll miss it. The rebound tipped to Dunsmore. It was a good look off the inbound. Imhoff just couldn't convert it. Now Gabe Porter comes left side to Charles, near wing to our left. He'll dribble up on top. Coach Hughes has had his jacket on the entire game.
Now, he did take it off right at the end of the half.
Oh, did he? I missed that.
I meant to mention it, and I forgot to.
Dunsmore, top of the key. He'll fire a 3. Barely draws iron. Rebound off of Wyman, though, and he stepped out of the baseline anyway.
Now, that was not a rhythmed up shot. He can make threes, but that was really rushed.
Northern pulling away in the second half. They're up 51-42. They're on a 7-0 run to start the first 2.5 minutes.
Western?
Oh, yeah, Western over. Yeah, LC.
Another. Yeah, that's a tough three.
Gabe Porter knocks it down.
And that was really contested. He made a tough shot.
35-26, minute into the second half. Saints by 9. Burnham posting up against Dunsmore, gets in the lane. Imhoff drives baseline. College Eye cutting through, gives it right back to Imhoff, who fires the 12-footer from the baseline, and it's good. He now has 16. Remember, he had a career-high 34 in the first meeting between these two on December 2nd. 37-26, 18:30 to go in regulation, and Imhoff's called for the reach around on Reeves.
Reeves just too long. I don't think you're going to be able to steal that pass.
Yep, I agree. Yeah. Santos Piqueras back in.
And Ryan I might have tweaked his shoulder a little bit. He's had problems with that right shoulder. He's got to be careful.
He's wearing a big brace on it.
Yeah. Since he's been wearing that brace, I don't think he's knocked it out of socket, has he?
No. The inbound to Reeves, he missed it. Looks like he gave Kalajaye a shot. Imhoff down the lane, high off the glass. And that should have been a goaltending. Reeves slapped the backboard while the ball was still near the cylinder.
They don't call that very often.
But it is a goaltend.
Yeah.
Reeves drives, falls down. Imhoff falls down. Porter hits another three. So Gabe Porter knocks down his second triple of the half, and it's 37-29. And one official talking to Carson Cunningham about the goaltending call that wasn't.
Yeah.
18:02 to go. Saints up 8, 37-29. Santos Piqueras out on the left side, comes right side to College Eye. Now into the corner for Laurel Johnson. Wraps the pass behind his back to Imhoff, gets it right back. Johnson right back to Imhoff on the baseline. 10 on the shot clock. Imhoff drives, reverses. How about that body control? And it's 39-29. Imhoff now with 18. Bray working against College Eye. Lobs it to Reeves for the dunk. Alley-oop. And it's 39-31. That was exciting. Santos Piqueras trying to go baseline, throws it away. Charles Porter comes out to the near side to Dunsmore, who's fouled. Burnham picks up the call. His third. So Burnham and Wyman each now with 3.
Match, I think sometimes he plays a little too tight on the ball. And as long as he is, I think he could back off just a little bit. And that most of his fouls are blocking fouls from the guy taking the ball hard to the basket.
Imhoff knocks it out in the corner. To stay with Northern. And now it's a tough place to inbound it because they're on the sideline right in the corner.
Yeah, that always is tough. Carroll's got a double team on Reeves here.
16:58 to play in the half. Porter, another 3. This one's an air ball. He tried to draw contact, and it really took away from his shot. 16:50 to go. Laurel Johnson into the front court for the Saints, who lead 39-31. Northern's outscored Carroll 8-4 here in the second half. College Eye, the drive, big bump from behind by Porter, and College Eye will go to the line and shoot a couple.
Now, we weren't seeing Ife taking the ball that aggressively last year. I mean, that was a real aggressive take.
And he did it really well a couple of nights ago in the win over Providence. I think it was 8 for 8 from the free throw line. He's 2 for 2 from the line tonight. 4 points. Foul on Gabe Porter, his second. And College Eye's first free throw is good. Adam Hughes back in for the lights. So you've been around a long time. Why is it the skylights and the lights?
You know, I don't know why they did that. Way back in the 70s, actually the 80s even, the skylights were like nationally ranked every year, and I think they wanted something to draw. There were times that they outdrew the men. They were They actually won one national championship in NAI Division II, and I think they wanted just something to
some separation.
Yeah.
Charles Porter with a nice drive from the left side to the right side. He got around 3 Saints, and it's 41-33.
Good, very explosive move there.
Laurel Johnson way out far left side in front of the Saints student body. Now comes right side to College IA. Now Santos Picaris on the wing. He'll penetrate free throw line. Get it to Imhoff. They got the mismatch. Back out Picaris. Now Johnson, a corner 3. Boom!
Great ball movement by Carroll. Just such unselfish play. That was a big 3. 40 like Northern was about to make a move there, make a run, and that just silenced it.
44-33, 15:45 to go. Again, Charles Porter looking to drive, hands it off to Dunsmore. He'll drive, and no foul.
Big
contact there, and Santos Picaris with a rebound. Good defense by Imhoff to avoid the foul. Johnson, penetration. Gets around a screen, dribbles through the lane twice. Now back into the middle of the lane. He'll spin, he'll put it up. Oh, wow! Laurel Johnson!
That was a great play.
It was like Isaiah Thomas was.
That was Isaiah Thomas. And the timeout by Northern, and the crowd just gave the team an ovation. A full timeout.
Timeout on the floor. 15-12 to go in Helena. It's the Saints 46, the Lights 33. Back in a minute. This is Carroll College basketball on ESPN Radio. 46-33, Carroll College leading MSU-Northern, 15-12 remaining here in the first half. And yesterday, the Groundhog, Punxsutawney Phil, came out, saw his shadow, and another 6 weeks of winter. But I just say this every year. If you look at a calendar from February 2nd to March 20th, no matter what, 6 more weeks of winter. No matter what the Groundhog says, we always have 6 more weeks of winter.
It's winter outside tonight.
It definitely is. Lights basketball. We hit the 15-minute mark. Hughes into the far corner for Porter. Ooh, how about that? Did you see the shove that Reeves just gave Laurel Johnson coming through that lane? Reeves leaves it back out to Charles Porter. Looking to drive baseline. Finds Hughes. Free throw line off of Ife College I's hand. Now Dunsmore in the lane. 4 to shoot. Hughes, Dunsmore fakes the 3, and he probably should have shot it because that's a shot clock violation.
Now, when you look at a defensive possession, if you want to see a textbook great defensive possession, that was it. Northern ran great stuff. I mean, really attacked, and Carroll just would not give it in. They just didn't give in.
46-33 Carroll. College I, top of the key. Over to left side, Santos Picaris. Now Imhoff. Working against Reeves. Left side, he'll drive all the way to the right side of the lane. Reverse back to the left side. Counted and a foul! Wow! Huge bucket for Imhoff, who now has 20. And Reeves picks up his second. Third team foul. One of the crowd talking to Coach Hughes. Because Hughes was saying, how's that a foul? And the guy in the crowd just said, how is it not? Thanks to our friends in Havre for listening along tonight on 92.5 KPQX.
Yeah, you know, the truth of the matter, Northern's playing hard. They're running their stuff, but right now Carroll is just playing at a very elite level. I mean, they just defensively.
Imhoff's free throw is good. It's a three-point play, and it's 49-33. That matches the largest lead of the night. 14-19 to go. Coach Hughes almost took the pass to his head, but Charles Porter there to reel it in. And he'll leave it off to Dunsmore. Dunsmore across the free throw line. Now Adam Hughes. And now Porter in the lane. Gets it out to Bakalarski. 14 minutes to go. 7 on the shot clock. Bakalarski out to Charles Porter for 3 off the back iron. Imhoff with a rebound. Quickly up ahead, Santos Piqueras, and wisely he waits. Now he spins in the lane. Kick out to Imhoff. Imhoff was going to drive it and back out. Now Laurel Johnson has it on the far wing. 13:40 to go. Carroll up by 16. Laurel Johnson rises and fires, and he hits from the free throw line, and it's 51-33. Saints by 18. And we get a timeout on the floor.
In some respects, this is the best I've seen Carroll play this year, this little spurt right here. Defensively, Northern is really coming at them hard. They are running their stuff as well as they can run it. They just can't find a place where they can break somebody down. They're trying, they're getting good ball movement, they're attacking, they're setting good screens, they're getting ball reversal, and there's just no breakdowns anywhere. It's just like a big black line there. And they got a line around the basket, and Northern can't penetrate it.
Are you surprised that Northern's not going to Ryan Reeves?
Yeah, I think I am a little bit surprised. Although I don't think he's the kind of a guy that's a go-to low post guy.
Right, but he's a leading scorer.
Yeah,
I mean 16.3 points per game, and it's almost like he's non-existent right now.
Right now, he's not getting touches, like you say. They're using him kind of as a screener and a decoy. Sean just called timeout. And he's drawing something up. Let's see if they do go to him.
In Dillon, LC State now with a 63-61 lead over Western. 10.5 to go in Dillon. You're a Saints fan, you're rooting for the Warriors tonight.
That would be an upset.
Darko Kelly has 13, especially considering LC dropped from 8 to 19 in the poll.
Yeah.
Western moved up from 16 to 8. Carroll's at 13, but LC has lost 4 straight going into that game tonight, and that includes losing to Northern last Friday.
Well, that would be an awfully big win for LC in Dillon. I mean, that's not an easy place to win, and after they lost last night, they have to be awfully disappointed.
They've hit 10 three-pointers, and they lead 63-61. So Northern basketball trailing 51-33. Saints with their largest lead, 13.5 to go in regulation. Adam Hughes over to the right side for Reeves. Reeves works against Imhoff and leaves it back up on top for Hughes. Hughes double teamed up on top, finds Bakalarski for 3. It's in and out. Rebound, and the putback by Kavion Jones is no good, and Wyman with a rebound. Now Santos Piqueras. That's just the 3rd offensive rebound for Northern tonight. Kalajai, top of the key. He'll drive the lane. Dumps it off to Wyman, who dunks over Reeves, and a foul!
I do not know how they got the ball to him.
Reeves picks up his 3rd. And Matt Wyman, who has the best hops of anybody, I think, in the Frontier, except for maybe Zacchaeus Darko Kelly down at Western. But he took it right over the top of Ryan Reeves, dunked it in his face, and draws the foul.
Carroll is putting on a clinic right now. Really.
And it's now 65-63 LC as Wyman misses on the three-point play. 12:50 to go. 53-33. The Saints lead by 20. Imhoff with 21 points to lead the way for the Saints. Reeves has 10 for the Whites. Bakalarski over to Reeves. He'll go back door to Bakalarski, partially blocked by Wyman. The ball tipped up and Imhoff comes down with it. 12.5 to go on the Bud Light scoreboard. Saints by 20, 53-33. Laurel Johnson, top of the key. Leaves it out to Santos Piqueras. Back over the left side now, Johnson. Orell dribbles, free throw line, into the near corner for College Eye. We passed up the shot. He looked like he was open.
Yeah.
5 to shoot. Wyman back to College Eye. This time he'll fire, and it's short. Rebound, Bakalarski. 12 minutes to go. Warriors up over the Bulldogs, 71-67, 8.5 there in Dillon. Here it's 53-33 Saints. Reeves. You know, he's touched the ball in the last 3 possessions, and he's going to get a foul on the drive on Imhoff.
And I think that Coach Hughes saw the same thing that you commented on. They got to get the ball in his hands, and then he's such a good passer at 6'11". He can make those back cut passes.
But are you surprised that he's getting it, you know, at the 3-point line and not posting up?
Well, they're running Princeton offense right now, and he's the center, and he's getting the catch at the elbow. You kind of wonder, could he score at the low post? I don't know if he's that kind of player. I don't know if he's ever developed that part of his game. But it'd be interesting to see if he could.
He's very good. There's no doubt about that. We get a timeout on the floor. 11:46 to play. Saints 53, the Lights 33. We're back in a minute. This is Carroll Basketball on ESPN Radio. (53-33), 11:46 to go. Northern basketball trailing Carroll by 20. Bakalarski inbounds to Gabe Porter. Hit a couple of threes early in the third, misses here. And the rebound stolen away by Matt Wyman.
That was a big-time rebound by Matt Wyman. He took it away from 2 Northern guys.
Laurel Johnson, now Wyman, and over the left side, College Eye. Onto the wing, Johnson. He'll feed Santos Piqueras, who gets it to Imhoff. Back to Santos Piqueras on the far wing. Back to Imhoff. 10 on the shot clock. Imhoff backing down against Jones. He'll spin to his left. He'll put it up off the glass. No good. Reeves clears out the rebound.
And he likes that shot. He's missed it tonight, but he likes that high bank shot.
He's got some soft touch for a big guy.
Yeah.
Bakalarski, a quick 3. It's short. Wyman with another rebound. And I don't know if that's the shot that Coach Hughes wants.
Well, you start to get kind of desperate after a while.
But there's still 11 minutes.
There is.
You're down 20.
Yeah, you need some shots to drop. Somebody get hot.
Northern now 4 out of 17 from the 3-point line. Piqueras dribbles up near or far wing, dumps it off to Imhoff. 7 on the shot clock. Imhoff, a big jump through the lane. Laurel Johnson for 3. Nothing but net for Laurel Johnson.
He's played so efficiently tonight.
Well, he now has 13. And the Saints lead by 23. It's 56-33. And then College Eye picks the pocket of Harper. Ife trying to draw the contact. No call. Laurel Johnson pulls it out. And Ife would have been better just to take it up, put it up with the layup. He tried to draw the foul, and a nice no call there by the officials.
And Northern, a little bit of 2-3 zone here.
Northern's turned it over 12 times tonight. Piqueras out to Johnson, 2 to shoot. Ryan Imhoff with a long 2. And the Saints are just rolling right now. It's 58-33. Imhoff with 23. Bakalarski dribbles down to the near side. Wyman on him. 9:30 remaining. Carroll's up to 51% shooting. Northern down to 36. Reeves posting up, trying to spin around Imhoff. He finally does and puts it up and in.
Well, then we saw a low post, a little bit of a low post game that we didn't know if he had. They got him the ball down at the low block, and he made a nice move.
9:05 to go. It's 58-35 Carroll. Wyman over to the left side, Kawajaye. Now Johnson feeds Imhoff. 12-footer turnaround in and out. Rebound by Harper with 8:52 to go. And Coach Hughes wants the Lights to push it. Bakalarski gets the ball, looks to the bench, gets the call. Dribbles, top of the circle, passes right side. Kavion Jones will try a three, and it's good.
Yeah. And Santos Precarious kind of let up just a little there. That's the first defensive let up I've seen anybody have all night. He just let up a little and paid for it.
That's just the fourth three-pointer in the year for Jones.
Yeah. Well, maybe that's why, huh?
Carroll takes the timeout. It's 58-38. 8:30 remaining here in Helena.
Maybe Santos Precarious didn't expect him to take that three.
Yeah, he wasn't. He didn't back off a whole lot. He just enough.
Yeah.
Down in Dillon, 7:13 to go. LC State 74, Western 69.
Somebody's going to need to score 100 points to win that one.
Yeah.
They will.
Yep, you're right.
Score 100.
Yep. Western, the highest scoring team in the Frontier. And you could say that they did a lot of that early, but they put up 3 straight games of 100 points after losing to Carroll here in the first part of January.
Well, you know, they probably thought they had that one in the bag after LC played poorly last night, lost to Montana Tech. I don't know if they played poorly, but they did lose.
They did lose, and it was, you know, a great shot. I saw the shot online but Jake Miles, and he hurt Carroll. Him and John Chapman hit some big shots down the stretch in that second half.
Miles is a money player. If it's a one-possession game down the stretch,
you want to keep the ball out of his hands.
Yeah, you do.
74-71 now, LC. With 7 minutes to go. Here, 8.5 to play. It's 58-38 Carroll. Saints have outscored Northern by 8 here in the second half. They've held as much as a 23-point lead, actually a 25-point lead. Just a little over a minute ago. It's 20 right now, so a little 5-0 spurt here by the Lights. Saints basketball. Picaris inbounds far sideline. Gets it in to Wyman.
Northern going to stay in their little zone, 2-3 zone.
Picaris, right side now Kawajaye, back to Picaris. He'll dribble top of the key, and now Wyman, and now Picaris. Over the left side, Kawajaye. He'll penetrate into the lane. Dump it off to Imhoff. The 14-footer is nothing but net.
And that's a set out of a timeout that Carson loves against the zone.
60-38 Carroll. Imhoff now with 25. 9 away from tying a career high. Reeves way out, right side. Couple of dribbles. Passes left side, Gabe Porter. Now Jones over to the right side for Harper. 5 on the shot clock. Harper stopped at the free throw line. Dumps it to Jones. Bakalarski fires, and a shot clock violation.
Gosh, great defense once again. Just absolutely refused to let Northern get a good look.
Dunsmore in, Reeves out. And some frustration from the big man from Wrangell, Alaska. You know, and I think he's just saying, give me the ball.
Well, I wonder if that is what he's thinking. He looked pretty frustrated when he came out. Of course, they're down 22 points. That'll do it.
7:30 to go. Carroll up 60-38. Wyman dribbles to the left side, and up on top it's Imhoff. He'll come right side, Burnham back into the lineup. Now Kawajaye drives baseline. Gets hung up in the air. Santos Picaris comes away with it. Burnham fakes the three. Santos Picaris penetration. No look pass to Kawajaye. Oh, Bobby!
That's that baseline back cut that they just love here. Carson Cunningham. That is, I think, that is the great defense in the backdoor baseline back cut.
Jones throws it off of Picaris' hands out of bounds as Laurel Johnson returns. And Imhoff's going to get a breather with 6:52 to go. And the Saints up 62-38. Charles Porter in for the Lights. Yeah, Sean Smith hit the $1,000 half-court shot at halftime. 7 on the shot clock. Now Charles Porter with 4 to shoot. Penetration. Gets around Kalajai and then missed it. Rebound by Natch Burnham with 6:32 to go. 62-38 Saints in control. And it was that defensive intensity that stepped up at the 15-minute mark that really has turned the tide of the ball game.
Yeah.
And that happened in the first half. Johnson, penetration, kick out, Burnham, 3-ball, a little short. Rebound, Charles Porter comes down with it, and they're going to call a foul on a reach. Kind of a silly one in the backcourt on Laurel Johnson.
Early in the year, I was talking to Coach Steve Keller, the Western coach, about Carroll's defense, and you know, he recognizes Carroll's the best defensive team in the league, and they are. And he said one of the things that makes them so good, he says, is that when you finally do get to the rim, they have so many long guys that are up there batting and swatting. And Northern has gotten to the rim some, but every time they've gotten there, there's somebody there to change the shot. And it's a different guy a lot of times.
Porter in the lane. Ooh, they called the travel. I was wondering if they were going to get him, and they did. And that is the 13th turnover on the Bulldogs, or on the Lights. Why do I keep saying Western?
Well, you know, they just have, with Santos Pecarius now playing big minutes, that's another big guy who's a great defensive rebounder and can contest shots around the rim. I mean, they're so long.
And Pecarius has it with 5:40 to go. Carroll up 62-38. He'll dribble down to the right wing. He'll pass up on top to Kalajai. Now back to Pecarius. 8 on the shot clock. Pecarius, he'll drive. He'll fire from 10, and it's good. 64-38 Carroll.
Boy, he's playing well.
He now has 9, along with 5 rebounds and a couple of sweet assists. Bakalarski, the penetration, the kick out to Gabe Porter, who hits his 3rd triple of the half. And it's 64-41. As we near the 5-minute mark here in Helena. Saints by 23. Almost a turnover. Johnson tracks it down in the backcourt. 15 on the shot clock. Johnson draws a foul on Charles Porter.
Real smart play by Laurel there. He had some good spacing, and he realized his man was too tight on him, and he just attacked him. Good point guard play.
Dane Warp in for the Saints. Reeves, Bray, and Hughes in for the Lights, who trail 64-41 with 4:54 to go. Reeves has 12 points to lead the way. Gabe Porter 9, all here in the second half, and all from the three-point line. Imhoff has 25 to lead the way for the Saints. Wyman, the drive, the dish to Warp, the reverse, no good. The rebound, Charles Porter. Out to the free throw line. Hughes, a quick 3 off the mark. Rebound, Dunsmore slams it down to the ground. It's still loose, and Santos Pecarius comes away with it. And you can just see the Lights just backing away and letting Carroll come away with the loose ball.
Yeah. Well, Ife, he caused that one too. He can cover some ground. He really can. And Sean did just take off his shirt, off his sports coat.
Yeah, the jacket is off. The shirt is still on.
Yep. Yeah.
Warp, left elbow. Kalajai goes baseline on the backdoor cut, and it's a 66-41 ball game.
But it's just a clinic, I'm telling you, at both ends.
Bray into the front court now, working against Wyman. He'll hand off to Hughes. Now over to the right side, Dunsmore. He'll dribble to the left elbow and leave it for Charles Porter. He'll dribble to the right side. Hughes along 2 is barely drew iron. And rebound by Laurel Johnson. Just got a text from somebody in the stands watching and said the jacket is off. So everybody knows about the jacket. 3:33 to go. Carroll up 66-41. Laurel Johnson with the ball. 10 on the shot clock. Now Warp and double foul underneath, or just one. I think they called it double. Yeah, a double foul. Reeves and Wyman holding on to each other, trying to do a little two-step or tango in the lane.
Well, from Northern's point of view, they did get a split on the road trip. They beat Rocky last night, or 2 nights ago. They would like to have come in here and played better, but I don't know what they could have done really against this team tonight. When Carroll is locked in like this defensively, it's just tough.
66-41. Kyle Nickel, Oliver Carr in for the Saints. And it's Nickel with the basketball. 3:25 to go. Carr working against Reeves. Double team, kick out, Nickel, straightaway three, off the back iron. Santos Picaris with the rebound. The foul, by the way, Wyman picked up his fourth. I think that was Reeves' third on the double, or he has four as well. Now Santos Picaris, penetration, out to Nickel. Now Wyman, and he's fouled by Porter.
You know, Jason, Santos Picaris is becoming, right now, for minutes played for what he does for this team, he's becoming, one of the top players in the league. I mean, he gets rebounds. He just, for minutes played, he just gobbles up rebounds, both ends, and he's a great passer. Very, very unselfish.
He has 7 rebounds, 9 points.
Yeah.
And just 2 assists tonight. Wyman at the line for a 1-on-1. And he knocks it down. Still 3:02 to go.
Northern got 41 points. This is one prolific offensive basketball team.
They scored 18 in the second half.
Yeah.
LC State with a 4-point lead at Western with 2 minutes to go, 82-78. And Wyman hits them both, and Emilio Mancall will check in, freshman out of Seattle.
And very quietly, Wyman has had himself a great game. Great defense, great rebounding defensively.
Only 4 points, but 6 rebounds.
Just another great defender that's out there that is just so hard to get by.
68-41, 3 minutes to go. Porter another 3 off the mark, and the Mancall with the rebound.
Carroll with all subs in now. They have 5 subs in.
And they're about to get another one as Brad King is set to check in with 2:35 to go. Picaris dribbles up on top. Nice backdoor cut to Kyle Nickel, who tried to kick it back out. The ball was kicked by someone. It'll stay with Carroll. Pat Kohlberg actually checking in for Santos Picaris.
And the crowd's giving him a nice round.
He had a nice pass, and Kyle Nickel tried to one-up him, but it was kicked in the lane.
Kyle should have shot it. Get himself in the stats.
He's 0 for 1, so he's there. 2:30 to go, 20 now on the shot clock after the reset. Pat Kohlberg, a 3, off the bench and into the stats.
He was in for 1 second on out of bounds, and he fired a shot and made it.
And it's a 30-point lead. It's 71-41. James Fry, a freshman out of Stevensville, drives, and he'll shoot 2. Kohlberg picks up the foul, so he's got a 3-pointer and a foul now. Team foul number 6 on the Saints. Foul's pretty even, 13-10 in favor of Carroll. Carroll has 13, so I guess that's in favor of Northern, depending on how you look at it. Fry hits the first free throw. 71-42. 2:11 to go.
6'4", freshman guard out of Stevensville, Montana.
He's a yellow jacket. Second is also good. 71-43. 2:08 remaining here in Helena. Man call. Top of the circle as we hit the 2-minute mark. 90 seconds to go in Dillon. 82-78. LC leading Western. If the Saints hold on here, as Carr in the lane, tips it out. Kohlberg fires the pass to Nickel on the baseline. Double team, kicks it out. Warp. He'll try a 3, and it's good! Dane Warp gives the Saints a 31-point lead.
Nice pass by Kyle Nickel.
1:30 to go. If that score holds in Dillon and LC knocks off the Bulldogs, as Hughes tries a 3, it's off the mark. Rebound by Kyle Nickel. The Saints and Western will be tied atop the Frontier standings. 75 seconds left here. There's about 80 seconds to play in Dillon. Warp to Mancall. Mancall working against Bray, down to the block, kicks it out. Warp, 1 minute to go. Warp, penetrate, out to Carr. A blocking foul, though, called before Carr could fire from distance. And that's going to go on Kivion Jones. That'll be his first.
And I think that puts Dane Warp to the line.
Yep. Warp at the line. 54 seconds to go now in Dillon. 84-81 LC. Brad King in, the Australian. 6'8" freshman from Dromana, Australia.
You know, LC's been ahead really the whole second half.
Most of the second half. They were down 51-42.
Were they?
3 minutes into the second half, and since then,
they've had a run.
They went on a big run. So in 2 games this year against Northern, Ryan Imhoff has scored 59 points. Warp makes the first free throw. 58.6 to go. It's 75-43. Second one from the sophomore from Haber, also good. And it's 76-43. Bray. Out to Jones for 3, no good. Warp with a rebound. Quick outlet up ahead, Kyle Nickel. He's got a 2-on-1. Oh, yeah, and he traveled with it. He got a little ahead of himself. Fundamentals, jump stop, right?
Yeah.
Jump stop, Kyle.
I think he could have maybe taken it to the rim. He might have got it blocked.
It's 84-82. And the officials have just ejected a Carroll student.
I don't know if that's necessary, to be honest.
Well, I don't know what he said, but
yeah,
apparently it wasn't good. 40 seconds to go. 76-43. That's really the only damper on this night. Gabe Porter, another 3, another miss. Rebound, Warp. 30 seconds left. Saints will get the victory.
And they will, they could have to shoot it.
Yeah, they will. There's a 2-second differential. Brad King working against Kivion Jones. He puts it up. He misses. Rebound. Kyle Nickel puts it up and in.
And he stole it.
And then a steal by Mancall, and then he's just going to dribble the clock out. How about that one? No overtime tonight. Huge victory for the Saints, who momentarily move into a tie with Western in the Frontier standings in the win column. A great performance, and it started coach on the defensive end 5 minutes into the ballgame.
It was just an amazing defensive performance. And on the offensive end, efficient, without the turnovers, amazing efficiency. Laurel Johnson, I think one of his best games of the year. And just team basketball. Ryan Imhoff, Santos Precarious. I mean, just so many guys playing well. That was easily the best I have seen Carroll play this year. And they've played some good games, but I mean, I know Northern feels horrible, but there wasn't an awful lot that they could do tonight against that kind of defense.
Saints shot over 50%, Northern at 34%. We'll break it down when we come back. Your post-game show after this. Your final on the Bud Light scoreboard. Saints 78, Lights 43. Back in with the post-game show in a moment. This is Carroll Basketball on ESPN Radio.
Scoreboard watching. It's not that I like hovering over your back. Well, at this point, I don't know.